What is up, everybody? We've got the top 5 rookie wide receivers out. We've got the top 5 rookie running backs out. This video is going to be the top 5 rookie tight ends that are coming out. So I'm going to give you my top 5, and I'm going to touch on them just a little bit. Before we get into these tight ends, guys, just do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you do play Dynasty Fantasy Football. But let's get right into it. My tight end 5 coming out in the 2023 rookie class, Sam LAPORTA. 6'5", 249 out of Iowa, 22 years old, 25.5 college denominator. And LAPORTA can do some scary things with the ball in his hands, but let's take a look at Sam LAPORTA's stats. Really didn't break out until 2021. Had 53 catches for 670 yards, had 3 touchdowns. He actually led the Big Ten in catches, yards, yak, and catches of 15-plus yards. So this guy was really doing his thing, came back in 2022 and went for 58 for 656, almost had an identical season there. But he can do really good things with the ball in his hands. He's a yak beast. They ran a ton of tight end screens to him, which you really don't see at the college level, especially for tight ends. He's a really smooth route runner. Like, he has natural ability to separate at the tight end position. He's got a crazy route tree. He can literally run every single route. And on top of that, he's reliable. He doesn't drop passes. He's Iowa's all-time reception leader at tight end. And I spoke about the yak ability before. He has the most missed tackles forced by an Iowa tight end in one season. He had 10, which passed TJ Hawkinson, who was the previous, who had 8. So get the ball into this guy's hands, and he can really do some things, especially at a tight end position. The negative about him would be, the blocking, the run blocking and the pass blocking. That's got to improve. And I just feel like we didn't see enough of him. I just felt like he had more to give, and we didn't see it. So we'll see what his draft capital is, where he gets drafted and when he gets drafted. But, I mean, right now he's going in like the 4th round of rookie drafts. Darnell Washington, 6'8", 260. This guy's just a monster. 21 years of age. I guess he'll be 22 going in. Straight monster. Didn't do nothing crazy, really. Didn't really start playing much more until 2022, where he had 28 catches for 454 yards and only 2 tutties. But Darnell Washington is a huge dude. I mean, he played behind some other really good tight ends there at Georgia, like Brock Bowers. But he could have been a starter anywhere else if he would have played somewhere else. But he's an elite blocker. He's like a lineman with the size that he has. He had an 81.4 run blocking grade, which ranked 5th amongst tight ends this season. He didn't give up a single pressure in the 72 times that he was used in pass protection, which is absolutely insane. He was also a very good basketball player, so he knows how to box out. He knows how to get in position. He knows how to go up and get it, and with his size and his frame, he gives a massive catch radius, which can be very useful down in the red zone. So a team that needs a good blocking tight end and one that can be a threat in the red zone, Darnell Washington is a guy that fits that role. More of a blocking guy. I don't know how crazy he's going to get, running routes and catching the football in that sense. But he does struggle to separate. He wasn't particularly used as a receiving tight end, and he's got just a lot more upside. We're looking at more of the upside in Darnell Washington than the actual talent almost, because he can play, don't get me wrong, but he's just much more of a blocking tight end, and he'll be a threat in the red zone. So he's got to find himself in a good situation where they can utilize him. Unfortunately, he's going in like the 2nd round of rookie drafts because his draft capital is going to be very high. It's possible he gets drafted in the 1st round, if not 2nd round, just because of his size and the way that he plays. He's a blocker. He's a pure tight end. He's a real blocker, and he's a big guy. So he'll be going in the 2nd round of your rookie drafts. Luke Musgrave, 6'5", 255 out of Oregon State, 22 years old. I guess he'll be almost 23 going into the season. And for some reason, Player Profiler does not have his stats up here. But let's take a look. Really didn't come out until 2021. Had 22 catches for 304 yards. And then 2022, he had 11 catches for 169 yards. Now, the thing about Luke Musgrave is that he got hurt. He played in only 2 games because of the injury, and he played in like a feature role. I mean, 11 catches for 169 and a touchdown in 2 games. Could have definitely been a 1st-round pick in the NFL draft if he kept up that particular pace. I mean, he had a 4.51 40-yard dash, a 36.5 vertical leap. He's an explosive guy. He's got the size. He's got the speed. He's got the athleticism. He can beat DBs. He creates real separation. He picks up yards after the catch, and he's a pretty decent blocker as well. It's just the one problem with Luke Musgrave is we just did not see him enough. We haven't seen enough. But the guy can definitely play. But his hands are just way too good. He's way too athletic. And now, with the Senior Bowl, he's starting to pick up steam, and people are starting to notice, how good of a player he can really be. So Luke Musgrave, my number 3 2023 rookie tight end coming out of this class, because he's got some real good upside, and hopefully he gets picked in somewhere in the second round. They're saying now he's starting to creep into the first round. So we'll see. I mean, in your rookie drafts, he's going to be going right now. He's going in the 4th round, but he may be going 3rd round, 2nd round, depending on what happens in the next couple months, coming up to that NFL draft and seeing where he lands. My number 2 tight end of the 2023 rookie class is going to be Dalton Kincaid, 6'4", 240 out of Utah, 23 years old. We look at some of the stats here. 2021, 36 catches for 510 yards. 2022, he had 70 catches for 890 yards, 8 touchdowns. And that 70 for 890 literally led the entire nation. Turns out to about 75 receiving yards per game in 2022. I mean, this guy is an elite pass catcher. He's a legit wide receiver at the position. About 6 catches a game, if you do that math. Can literally catch anything thrown his way. And he's quick. He's got good speed. He's a great route runner. He's got great hands. He's athletic. He can line up out wide. He was the best player on Utah, and he's a game-changing tight end from what he can do at the receiving aspect of it. I mean, 55% of his snaps were in the slot. So the guy's out there running legit routes. He's lining up on the outside and in the slot. Only 2 career drops on 109 catchable targets. This guy does not drop the ball either. He's got the legit full route tree. He runs nice, crisp routes, and he can adjust to footballs in the air. His body control, being able to contort his body and adjust in air. I mean, out of a tight end, that's a great thing to see. He's a former basketball player, so that explains why he can do some of those things and how he can, shield off defenders, get in position to get in front and catch the football. He's going to be a real red zone threat as well. Pass-happy offense would be really amazing for Kincaid. That's what we're going to hope for, is he goes into some kind of air offense where they're actually, slinging the football. Some of the negatives, I mean, wasn't a good blocker, and he's a little bit smaller, I guess, more of a wide receiver than a tight end at his size. So I don't know how much blocking he's going to be willing to do. But if this guy finds himself in the right spot, he can do really good. Right now, he's going in the 2nd round in rookie drafts, early 2nd, mid-2nd. Of course, it's going to depend on when he gets drafted and where he goes. But easily the 2nd tight end off the board in rookie drafts. And the number 1 tight end of my 2023 rookie class is going to be the one and only, of course, Michael Mayer, 6'6", 235 out of Notre Dame, about to be 22 years old. In 2020, 42 for 450. 2021 really broke out, 71 for 840, and then came back in 2022 and almost identical, 67 for 809. 9 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns in 2021. Michael Mayer just automatically going to be drafted in the 1st round by somebody. He led the draft class with 20 receptions on targets over 10-plus yards downfield. He went over 800 yards in both of the last 2 seasons, which is just crazy for a tight end. Tight ends don't do that in college. In 21 and 22, I mean, it rounds out to about 70 receiving yards per game, caught about 6 balls per game. And not only that, he was a good blocker. I mean, 82.1 run blocking grade, which ranked 4th among tight ends. Not the most craziest athletic dude, but he's a natural pass catcher. He's a gifted tight end who can catch the damn football. So a lot of teams are going to want him for that pass catching ability. He's good after the catch as well, but he's just got great hands. I mean, he's a big, big target, and he's not afraid to get hit. That's one thing I noticed as well. He's not afraid to get hit, especially over the middle. He runs nice routes. He's got good cuts. He gets separation consistently. There's not many safer picks in the draft than Michael Mayer, which is why he's going really high in your rookie drafts. He's going, as high as the 106 in 1 QB drafts. Superflex still could be around that range, 107, 108. I've seen him still go. But anywhere in the back end of that 1st round, he's going. He's not going to make it into the 2nd round of rookie drafts. Let's just see where he goes and where he ends up. But that's going to wrap it up for the tight ends, guys. Let me know what you think. Who's your top 5 tight ends? Do you agree? Do you disagree with any of these guys? Do you have some other guys in your top 5 that I don't? Let me know down there in the comments. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. So just do me the favor there. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you do like Dynasty Fantasy Football and you did like this video. But we'll see y'all in the next one.